Hey guys, welcome to another Urban Aviary video. So spring's around the corner, which means it's time to start getting some seeds started indoors. We're going to do a couple of them tonight. I'm going to show you how I do it and my facilities I use to do that. But we do this because since spring is around the corner, it gives us a jump start on some of these crops to be ready for springtime, and we can get our yields a little bit sooner on some of them. But for the most part, some of these crops just do better when you start them indoors because they're a little weaker when they're younger. And once they get up to a little bit of maturity, they do just fine, but they need that jump start with good conditions indoors to get started before they get up to that maturity age. So we're going to do a few different crops, and I'm going to show you how we do it and kind of go through the process with you and show you what crops we're going to be doing too. Okay guys, here we are. So first thing we're going to do is just get soil put in our containers here. And this is the soil I'm using. I just got it from Home Depot. It's called Eco Scraps. But I want to show you what good soil looks like. This was a little dry a minute ago. I had to get some water put in it to get some more moisture in it. But that dark, rich color, that's what good soil looks like. So you can get that at Home Depot for, it's a yard and a half, I think, and I think it was 15 bucks is all it cost. So first thing we're going to do is just fill up these things with some soil. I like to go right to the top because we're going to compact it down, and it's going to end up being a little below the top line. So I just, it doesn't have to be exact, just get it leveled out. And then this is just a tool I built, just a little compressing tool. Try and get the soil compacted down a little bit and press down. I just get that in there and press it down, pack it down a little bit. Try and get it firm. We'll just go ahead and get this other one done while we're at it here. Okay, so I do this just the same way I do microgreens. I don't bury the seed. I just get a couple started and let them get into the soil on their own. But this is what we're working with. We're going to be doing, these are Detroit dark red beets. See if I can get this up here to where you guys can see that, if the camera will focus. That's what the seeds look like. And we're going to do chard also, and the chard looks almost exactly like the beets do. And then I've got this celery stalk. If you get a stalk like this and cut the end off and put it in water, as you can see here, this is 4 or 5 days of growth. It'll start to regrow itself, and then after 4 or 5 days you can put it into soil and have it started. I'm doing all these because they're a little slower growing crops, so they'll be ready to go in time. Some of the other stuff I have, radish and these other ones, I can do, but they grow so fast it doesn't make sense to do them this early. We'll be doing another video later, hopefully, of some of the other crops. And those don't really even need to be started indoors. It just all depends on how the weather is. So now that we've got those compacted, all I'm going to do is take some of these seeds. I'm just going to broadcast like that, just like I'm doing microgreens. And that's all I really do. We're going to do the Swiss chard over here in this one. And these will sprout up tons of shoots, and I'll just let them compete, and I'll pick the best one and let it grow. So in a week or so, whichever of those plants is doing the best, I can harvest the other ones out early, and I'll just eat them at a younger stage. When they're at a microgreen stage, they're really nutritious at that stage. So I'll just let them, like I said, I'll let them all compete, and whichever one looks like it's doing the best is the one I'll keep to grow out to full size. But I'm going to get another one of these done real quick here too, because I forgot to get a third one done for that celery stalk. And then I've never done celery stalk before, so all I'm going to do is after this is compacted, I'm going to just try and make a spot here for this stalk to grow. Like I said, I've really, most of this stuff, I've done microgreens plenty, but I've never done seed starting or anything like that. This is just information I've taken from what I've learned from others, and some stuff I've figured should work pretty well. And I'm just kind of putting those things together, and there's really not too much of a right or wrong way to do this. I don't think, I'm sure a lot of people will say I'm doing a lot of this wrong and there's better ways to do this, but I think this will all turn out okay. And I do a lot of this as experimentation too, and if some part of it is wrong, then it's a good lesson for you guys, and you can do it right when you guys try it. So that's all I'm going to do to start that. Like I said, somebody probably is looking at that and cringing and saying I'm doing it wrong, and maybe I am, but we're going to try it out and see how it goes. So now what I'm going to do is take those and move them over here to the grow racks, and then we'll go from there. Okay guys, quick correction. I told you guys, I think I told you guys 1.5 cubic yards. I meant 1.5 cubic feet for 15 bucks. That'd be a killer price for 15 bucks for 1.5 cubic yards, but I meant 1.5 cubic feet. You can get that at Home Depot at the garden center. I get Eco Scraps is what it's called. You don't need to get that organic stuff if you don't want to. I encourage you to, but if not, it's fine. Just get generic potting soil. Also, the beets, I forgot they need to be soaked or should be soaked for 24 hours before planting them to up the germination rate. I didn't do that, so we'll see how badly that affects it. Also, off camera, I did a few more of these. I did 2 more of the chard and 2 more of the beets. And I just did them generically. I pushed a hole down in the middle with my finger, put 4 or 5 seeds in, covered it up, and compacted it back down. We'll see if they, are any more or less productive than just the way I've been doing it with the microgreen seeds. We'll see if there's a difference or not, and we'll see if that made a difference or not by not soaking those beet seeds. We'll see how they do. So that's what we've got, is 3 of the chard, 3 of the beets, and that 1 celery stalk in the back. And then I want to let you guys know that you just want to keep them watered every day. You don't want them to be super wet and collect water here on the top. You want it to kind of look like it is now. You want it, from what I've been told, you want it to be the consistency of a nice moist chocolate cake. And then you also want to put some trays underneath if they're like these, and you can see they're corrugated. I'll show you a little bit better shot of it here. Now they got the holes in them like that. If too much water gets in there and it runs through, you don't want it falling down onto the carpet or onto the light that's below it, on the shelf below it. So I use these 10-20s, and I'll get a couple more of them to put underneath here to catch any water that might drip through. And then as far as the lights, like I said, I'm just using the T8 fluorescent lights. I didn't buy grow lights. From what I've been told, that should work fine. We'll see if it does. It works great for microgreens, so we'll see how it does for seed starting. And then the light, you just want 14 hours of light a day is what I do. I don't have my timer plugged in, but I usually have an outlet timer back here, but I'm using it for the lights for the quail. But they're only 10 or 15 bucks, and it makes it a lot easier to not have to come out here and turn the light on and off and remember it and not forget about it. So just make sure that they have the light 14 hours a day, and that you have, I just use one of these waterers, these water cans, and you want to keep them watered, and like you said, consistency and moisture of a nice, perfect chocolate cake is what you're going for. And this shelving unit, you guys, this is what I said I used for microgreens. This 5-shelf unit can produce $3,000 a month in microgreens. That's something I normally do, is I grow microgreens here. If that's something you guys are interested in knowing about, let me know how you can build a business out of that, who the customers are, how to market it, how to see if you do have a market in your area. If that's something you guys are interested in, let me know. That can be a pretty lucrative business. And that's just one shelving unit. If you can fit more and have the market to do more, you can do even more than that. So if that's something you guys are interested in, let me know. I'd be happy to tell you guys about that. Also, I'll be getting another quail video up soon. I'm sorry I didn't get one up with the chicks, another one of the quail chicks. I ended up selling most of them like the day after they hatched, so I wasn't able to get another video. But we've got more coming out of the incubator this week, and I'll try and do another video of that and show you how they grow and take some shots over the weeks and show you their growth rate and everything. Real quick, remember to check out the Urban Aviary Facebook group. It's growing and doing really well. There's a lot of knowledgeable people on there, a lot of interaction going on there. So check that out, and remember, until that next video, you guys can do this too.